What's going on, guilty guys and gals? Y'all are my Valentines this year, even though Valentine's Day was yesterday, because you all gave me the gift of 10,000 subscribers. So thank you very much. Now, I made a post yesterday, exactly 25 hours and 47 minutes ago, because I wasn't home to do it at 12. But it looks like it's got 10 responses. I hadn't actually checked yet because I wanted to go in totally unplanned, if you know what I mean. But it's an Ask Me Anything, right? So we're going to see what people ask me. Hopefully nobody asked me for my credit card information because that would be embarrassing. But this video is going to be, therefore, sort of like more of a podcasty thing. Like, I'm just going to be talking. So if you want to go do something else in the background, more power to you. So yeah, let's see what we got. Okay, so from Yumeno-sama. I've seen them around before. Your favorite character or characters from each of your favorite games? Ooh, now this is a problem because I have a lot of favorite games. It's hard for me to choose, right? Like, if you were to say, like, what's your favorite game? I would go, like, my favorite game by series more often than not, just because, like, I can't weigh, like, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker against, I don't know, Celeste. Like, I don't know how to parse that. But, I don't know. My favorite games, I'll go with top 3, just to make it, you know, not take forever. Part 1, so like number 3 on my list would probably be the Thousand Year Door, Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door. It's not like the most complex or like amazing story or anything. It's just a very like wholesome, fun game I can return to at any time. And I think my favorite character in that game is Tetra. I think that's true. It's really a shame what happens to her halfway through the story. They just steal her entire character. But yeah, there aren't like too many like standout characters. I was just talking about Wind Waker. Wind Waker's my number 2, so whatever. You know Wind Waker's now. From Paper Mario, I meant to say. Jeez. That's silly. I actually really liked Bobbery when I was younger. And I still do, even though he's not the best partner. He was like super powerful, so that definitely helped. I also really liked Bandy Andy when I was younger. I don't know if you even know who that is, because it's like an obscure side character in only one chapter. But he's like the conspiracy theorist guy in Glitzville who thinks he knows what's going on, and he actually does, which is the twist. And then my number 1 favorite game, oh, that's so hard. I'd have to say it's probably Ace Attorney. I'll just say the Ace Attorney trilogy, that game on the Switch, so that I don't have to pick between the 3 of them, because really I love a lot about The Last Case of 2, and 1 is just a classic thing, and it's got a lot of cool stuff in its Last Case too, and then of course Trials and Tribulations is the cap of it, so it's great. But my favorite character from Phoenix Wright, the first 3 games anyway, is probably Maya. That's like the basic answer, but still, it's true. Maya's great. You can really tell the difference when she's not there in the subsequent games, because like Trucy is good, don't get me wrong, I like Trucy as well, but she's just not quite the same, you know. And people think it's because Phoenix isn't there, but no, Phoenix barely had any personality. It was all Maya and Edgeworth, to be fair. Edgeworth isn't there either. It's so sad. One day I'll play an Ace Attorney game on the channel. Maybe. Anyway, that was all one question, so I guess I should move on. The next one is from a random Danganronpa fan. Cool. Who's your favorite Void? Who's your favorite Your Turn to Die character? Well, my favorite Void, it's kind of a toss-up. I guess I should say spoilers for Super Danganronpa Another 2 if you haven't watched my series on that so far. My favorite Void, I would have said Nikke before his turn, probably, in Chapter 4. Because, I don't know, he just kind of went like full mustache twirly evil at the end for no reason. So it's probably Iroha currently. Yeah, probably. I liked Nikke and Iroha like equally before the trial, so it makes sense that if I lost a little bit of love for Nikke, that Iroha would be my favorite. And my favorite Your Turn to Die character, Joe. Can say that without a second thought. You can see the characters that I like. They're like the most basic choices, but they're like that for a reason, okay? They're made to be likable. But I don't know. I also just like what Joe sort of represents for Sarah. And I kind of, relate to Joe in some ways. Anyways, thank you. Next is Isaac Thompson, who has a very astute question. Do you ever plan on doing a Nuzlocke randomizer playthrough of a Pokemon game? Well, for anyone who would have that question, I have to tell you, I've done a number of them. If you check the playlist down at the bottom, you will find my randomized playthrough of Pokemon Diamond. I had an ill-fated Nuzlocke in Floral Sky. I don't know if those videos are even still up. My first ever series was an Emerald randomizer Nuzlocke. And then I had the Infinite Fusion Parasite Lock, which is randomized as well. So I've got plenty of that content if you're looking for me to do so. It's just it wasn't very popular, so I'll keep putting it on the polls. If you want to sway the polls, you can do it. Just don't, cheat with bots or something. I don't know. Next question's from Rosie with the cat eating the pizza. I like that. What gave you the inspiration for Danganronpa X musicals? Which one are you the most proud of? And if you could change anything about one of them, what would you change? Okay, well that's pretty easy. For me anyway. My inspiration for the Danganronpa X musicals was that people had already done it. I'm not the first person to do it. It was literally, I watched a video of Candy Store. I can't remember the person who made it, but from Heathers. And that's why I did Heathers in the first place. And it just got popular. So I was like, well, I liked doing it, so why not keep doing it? And so I have. The funny part about it is that all that music gets copyright claimed, so I make no money off of the Danganronpa musicals I do. I just do it because I like doing it, and also because, it gets people to look at the channel. So it's still beneficial to me. But yeah. Which one am I the most proud of? Probably... It's kind of a toss-up. It's kind of a toss-up between Be More Chill and Avenue Q. Because I think Be More Chill... I could watch more. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I like Be More Chill more than Avenue Q to listen to. But I think Avenue Q is... Because it's the most recent one, it's the best edited and the more, the casting is more on point for the characters. So I'm going to go with Avenue Q, I think. And if you could change anything about any one of them, what would you change? Well, the thing is, if you look at each of these, just due to the fact that I'm making, a lot of them, and I usually do them back to back, I make editing mistakes. In Heathers, in the last video, I accidentally forgot to move Aui's sprite out from behind Sakura or something like that. And there's one in each musical, I think, so far. I just, my brain voids them out while I'm working on them because I assume everything's in the right spot. So that would be the thing I would change, is I just, move that inches to the left and it would be all good. And then I think that's it for that question, yeah? Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Thank you. If you could cross over... Oh, sorry. Blue Toad the God asks, if you could cross over any two franchises, which ones would you do and how would it work? Well, there's only one answer for this, really. Because I don't... Well, okay, there's two. The basic answer that's kind of lame, because it's already crossing over with, pretty much everything, is Smash Bros. And Rhythm Heaven. I've recently picked up Rhythm Heaven, and I just, there's so much potential for a Rhythm Heaven character in Smash. I saw somebody's video they posted rather recently of, Rhythm Girl as a playable character, and I didn't exactly agree with all the moveset choices, but rhythm games are unrepresented when it comes to characters in Smash. So it'd be really cool to have a character to represent a rhythm game. In the same way I kind of want Phoenix Wright in Smash, because it would be good to represent like puzzle solving and visual novel games, you know? Or Professor Layton, even though I have no connection to the Layton games because I've never played them. Layton would also be a good choice for Smash, just to represent like an entirely different genre. But the answer I was going to say is Danganronpa and Ace Attorney. Because that one, like, how would you do it and how would it work? That actually applies more to that one. Because I feel like it'd have to be V3 characters. Like, it'd have to be Shuichi, Himiko, and Maki. And it would have to be in, like, the future setting of Ace Attorney. As in, like, the time period that's slightly in the future of where we are now. Like the Spirit of Justice timeline, that one. That, because it has robots. That, it actually would be plausible to me that the Danganronpa games could, or at least V3 could have taken place at that time, especially with the Dark Age of the Law and everything. So it'd be interesting to have, like, basically a Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton, but instead have it be Phoenix Wright versus Shuichi Saihara. Given that he's the ultimate detective too, and he's got a lot of debating experience, it'd be interesting. So yeah, that's my answer for that one. I don't know who'd die, but you know. Who's your favorite? Oh, sorry. Mr. Chris Dynamite. This guy's been around for a while too. I definitely recognize the name. Asks, who's your favorite Straw 2 character? We kind of had this earlier, but not really. Because my actual favorite character is Yoruko. And I know there's one person who watched all my Straw 2 videos who absolutely hated Yoruko. But I don't know. I just like Yoruko because, as you might be able to tell from the earlier questions, I just like the genuine characters. The characters who are like genuinely caring and stuff like that. I don't know. I guess that's just who I am as a person. But Yoruko is that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I also like her backstory. I like that she actually has one. Gives her character some dynamic range, you know? Next is the Living Liver, which is a good name. Seen you around a bit too. What would you do if you got 1 million subscribers right now? Probably have a heart attack and die. But in all seriousness, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably pay a bunch of money to try to get better equipment so that I can, you know, fulfill that standard of having 1 million subscribers. And I'd probably still finish university because I'm in it, but I would put a lot of effort into maintaining this channel. Not that I don't put effort into it already, but you know what I mean. Like, it would become my main focus, essentially, you know? So yeah, thank you. How did you get into Danganronpa? By AP with no profile picture. That's kind of haunting. I have to try to remember now. Because I played Ace Attorney, and I picked it up as a way to pass my time on the bus. Because I don't know I know I've said this in a video probably at least once, but the bus ride I usually take to university when we don't have a global pandemic is it's about an hour long. So I got into podcasts and I got into playing Ace Attorney on the bus. And of course, after I was done with the original trilogy of Ace Attorney, I was like, okay, what other games like Ace Attorney are out there? And Danganronpa was, of course, everybody's #1 suggestion. But I didn't actually get into it until Lucajin started playing it, who is another YouTuber. You can check her out if you'd like. She's got a VTuber model now. It's funny. But she started playing Ace Attorney, so I was watching that, of course. And then she moved on to Danganronpa, and that's kind of what sold me on it. I got up to, I think it was the end of Case 2 of Danganronpa 1, watching the series, and I was like, no, I gotta stop, because I have to play this myself. And then I did. And then I played number 2, and Then it was like a year and a half before I played V3 because I gotta be honest, I didn't have the best time playing Danganronpa 2 because the start is really strong and so is the end, but the middle is so... it's just kind of like contrived for me anyway. And you can say the same thing about a lot of Ace Attorney games, but I guess the difference is I was playing Ace Attorney games to pass the time, whereas I couldn't like take Danganronpa on the go. So I guess that's the difference. But yeah, that's how I got into it. Next is Maniac. Matt Maniac. I don't think I've ever actually read that name. I've definitely seen them around before though. What big plans do you have for 10K? Okay. See, here's the thing. I'm not fully sold on what I'm doing for 10K yet, even though I'm in the middle of doing it right now. Because I had a billion ideas, but I don't want to do all of them because I should probably not like completely put the brakes on what I'm doing on the channel right now to celebrate 10K. But other than this video, I want to do I am doing the Danganronpa anime reaction currently. It's going to take a while for me to get out because I have to watch the whole thing. I also want to do another memesicle video because I promised to do it, but it's going to take me some time again because I have to find clips, and I've gone through a lot of clips with the 4 I've made already. So part of me wants to make it, you know what? Comment this. This is a good thing to comment. Part of me wants to make it a Super Danganronpa Another 2 memesicle. Or just like a Danganronpa Another memesicle. Would you guys be interested in that? Because I couldn't really do it right away. I want to play at least chapter 5 before I do it. So it would, so I don't get spoiled on anything, right? So it wouldn't be like right away. Unless there are some of you who are willing to download the sprites and send them to me at my email. Because if I go on that website and I get spoiled on something, I'm going to feel so mad, you know? It's why my thumbnails for Super Danganronpa Another 2 are all like screenshots from the game, because I don't want to take any character pictures from the website, because I don't even want to like open that can of worms. But that's something. I think that's it. I am working on Hamilton Musical again, so that's coming out sometime soon too. It's not really a 10K subscriber reward, quote unquote, but it's on its way. So that's something else to look forward to, as in plans for the future. So yes, thank you. And the final question by Kelvin Plush, who I almost read that as Kevin. What is your favorite Pokemon? Calvin, you do know the name of my channel, right? Okay, but that's actually it's actually a good question, because Flygon isn't my favorite Pokemon. It's kind of like a tie. I really like bug Pokemon, which Flygon is basically a bug Pokemon, so maybe that's not surprising. But my top, like, I had a video where I played with some of my favorite Pokemon, and I'm just gonna list off some of my favorites because I don't think I could choose a top one just like on the spot. Raichu, very good. Scyther, like Scyther a lot. Magneton, that's a good one. Ninjask is a favorite. Trying to go through all of them in my head now. I really like Vivian from Gen 6 for no reason. Or Vivillon. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's definitely French. I like Heliolisk. Sorry, not Helioptile. Heliolisk. Vibrava. I actually like Vibrava more than Flygon. But Guilty Vibrava doesn't have a very good ring to it. I'm missing a fire-type Pokemon. I know I am. Phalanx. I really like Phalanx from Sword and Shield. Araquanid. I'm getting into Gen 7 now. Beware. I really like Beware as well. But yeah. I think my all-time favorite, if I had to choose, would probably be Scyther. Not even Caesar. Scyther. Or Scissor. I don't know how to pronounce that. I've always said Caesar, but it doesn't really make any sense. Scizor? Something like that? Anyway, Scyther, I just really like. I like giant mantis creature, I guess. But yeah, I guess that's the video. I suppose what I will do is I'm going to do a quick frequently asked questions segment. Da-da-da-da-da-da. That's my jingle, I guess, for frequently asked questions. One of them is what program I use to do all my videos, and it is Premiere Pro. I don't know if I'd suggest it. I'm sure there are better alternatives out there. It's just the thing I'm used to now, so I couldn't go and do anything else. All I know is that Sony Vegas, which is the often compared program, is not as good, I don't think, from what I've heard from people, but that's just me. I'm pretty insular when it comes to the program I'm using, so you could probably find a better one. I wouldn't doubt it. I also use OBS to record everything. It is free, that is why. Back when I had my first channel, which is excised from the internet, I used Fraps. Does anybody remember Fraps? If you don't, it was paid. It was like $5, and it was a screen recording software that was super laggy and gross. And in fact, the first video on this channel was recorded using Fraps. Because I paid for it already, so I was like, well, I might as well use it. And that's the first Emerald Randomizer video, and that's the one with the weird yellow flashing, and I couldn't figure out how to get Fraps to stop doing that, so I was like, screw it, I'm changing to OBS, and I've never looked back. What else is another frequently asked question? Why do I why do I heart every comment? That's one that comes up every now and again. Partially, it's just to say, like, I read it. Because if I click like, you have no idea who it is. At least I don't think I would, because I never check my notifications, even if it does pop up there. So by hearting it, it's like, yeah, I've hearted your comment. The only comments I don't heart are ones that are just outwardly being toxic. Like ones like, you're cringe, bro! Like, nah, I'm not gonna heart that. I won't heart the ones, and I've gotten to this point where people are just like, this character should have been this character in one of my Danganronpa videos, just because it's like, okay, how does that add anything to the conversation? Like, I understand that you think that character should be that, but it's really not that hard to make them, so just do it yourself. I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, I've stopped hearting those comments. What's the other one? There's three. There's like 3 pillars of not hearting your comment. Edits, that's right. Sometimes you'll see like one of the top comments isn't hearted on my videos, and that's just because they edited it after I hearted it, and then the heart disappeared, and the comment is lost in the sea of comments on my app. So if that's the case, then you know why. It's not because I just hate you because you you edited your comment. It's because the heart disappears when you do that. So be warned, that'll happen. Maybe you should live with your typos. I really can't think of anything else that's frequently asked. So I guess I'll just give you my credit card details. Well, the problem is I don't have a credit card.